Post-game locker room show as Mississippi State wins at 63-62. We're joined by head coach Sam Purcell now. Coach, boy, that's a game. Boy, they got my heart to pumping. And I asked you a question there in the pregame interview. How do you prepare your team to go on the road for the first time, especially against an NC2A team like Belmont? And well, you answered my question here with this big, tough road. What was the big difference in this one where at the end I thought they were trying to attack us a little more and get themselves on the line and beat us there at the free throw?
100%. First and foremost, let me thank these fans that came here to Nashville today. And an atmosphere that this place is unbelievable. And this is why I talk about women's basketball. This is a special game. I hope a lot of people tuned in across the country because it was great for women's basketball. So shout out to our fan base giving us that extra lift and yelling defense. But I told my team one thing. Do you trust me? All right, because that's what we're building with so many new pieces. I told them at the beginning of the fourth quarter, guys, there's going to be a moment that y'all going to think I'm crazy and we got to go 2 and play zone because they were spacing us out. We were fouling them on drives. I know they can shoot the 3, but I knew we couldn't stop them off the bounce. So my team had faith in me. They hit a dagger there, but guess what? We were the tough team, and we came back and scored, and we found a way to get a big stop there at the end.
All right, Nate, I believe, has some questions from the media, so I don't want them waiting on their questions. Let's get right to it. So, Coach Robbie wants to know that Darian Rogers had some big minutes off the bench and came up big there at the end. Thoughts on her game?
That's why she transfers here, baby. All right, I mean, again, I got one special team. That's a kid who started her whole career. It's been a hard move for her. Me and her have had great talks behind the scene that I said, you could have kept with the same thing, but you're chasing championships and you're chasing rings. So can you help me off the bench and just know that your value is as much as a starter? And, boy, was she huge tonight.
Yeah, and someone also wants to – you kind of alluded to this, but I'm going to ask anyway. How much does it help to come in a tough environment like this against a tough team before playing some power conference competition this weekend?
It's huge. It's huge. I'm almost speechless. You know, when my voice is gone, it's a credit to the environment that's here. But, again, I tell you all the time, Bart's a good friend of mine. A lot of people are scared of this game because of this situation. They're tough. It's an unbelievable atmosphere. They space you out. It's great for women's basketball, and every Power 5 who walks in here, they know they have a chance to lose. So for us to be the tough team and have a night again where shots don't fall but have an attitude, because I know Robbie asked me earlier this week, he mentioned South Dakota State. This time last year, we lost this game.
Absolutely.
All right, so and he asked me, what's the difference? Well, I just found out today, Robbie. I got a tough team with some tough individuals.
So, speaking of toughness, when you out-rebound somebody the way we did, it's 45-25. How big is it to control the glass in such a tight game?
Huge. It's huge. I mean, it was a game where you don't make shots, you can't give them second shots. I thought throughout the game, we were in the lead. Obviously, there at the end, they put pressure. That's what they do. They want to keep it close, keep their fans involved, and hit those dagger threes. When you look at their season statistics, the first quarter and the fourth quarters are the best quarters. So for them to go off for 17, it didn't surprise me. I'm just glad we were able to find a way to get a stop there at the end.
Yeah, and Robbie also says, you talked about the difference last year and this year that could get them over the hump in these games was defense. What did you think of how they played in this game defensively when their backs were against the wall and they were on their heels?
I'm so proud. Again, for us, it's trust, man. It's trust. People ask me what the hardest thing with transfers are. What's the hardest thing when you have so many bodies? It's having enough time to sweat together, to grind together, to spend time together that we can trust each other. And again, I'm telling you, I looked at my team and I told them, fourth quarter is our quarter. We got T-shirts this year that say fourth quarter, all right, and that we're dogs, all right? And we were dogs, and most importantly, they trust me to go zone. They did what we needed to, and we got a huge stop out the end to make a jump shot instead of layups, which they were getting there in that last 5 minutes.
All right, can I be that guy? Can I talk about a negative, though?
Yeah, give me a negative.
I know you had to be a little bit concerned with turning the ball over 14 times, and they put up 17 points off those miscues.
It's credit to them. I told you, they beat Georgia by, 25? Because
they did.
The whole thing is they make it ugly.
Yeah.
They make it ugly. And so a game, again, where we're not shooting well. Imagine once we start hitting outside shots.
Yeah. We were 3 of 13.
Yeah.
I won't bring that one up now.
Yeah, but here's the reality. So we weren't making our shots. You had your Kayla Jordan who was determined to try to get a foul. That's what you do on the road. You don't keep shooting. You drive the ball. So when you do that, you put the referees in a situation to make tough calls. I thought we did that, but sometimes when you drive it, you also turn it over. So I told them at halftime, how are you going to win this game, young ladies? And they started saying some other stuff. I said, nope. I went back out, and I said, one more time. I don't think y'all listen. How are you going to win this game? And they said, defense, Coach.
Yeah.
And I said, you better believe it, and we did it at the end.
Yeah, we held them to 62 points. And like you said, this is a team coming in, how many points a game? 71? Held them to 62. That's not bad. That's showing some good defense there, Coach. I'm going to let you go talk to your team, celebrate with them, and we got a short week before. I know a long week before
Hey,
we play
listen,
a game, but a short
I don't
week
even care about the rest of the week. We got one happy bus ride, and I got one happy team, and most importantly, I got one happy head coach. So shout out to my staff. Shout out to the fans who came up here. What a game. Hail State, baby.
All right, we will see you on the plane ride on Wednesday down to Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be talking with you down there and playing 3 games. Sam Purcell joining us here on the Regions Bank postgame show. We'll be back with more in a moment. Courtside here at the Curb Event Center in Nashville. Belongs win it 63-62 over Belmont. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield.